So I just got back from a little adventure. 0 degrees out, by the way. Feet are freezing. I was walking in an alley with snow, and yeah. So the little adventure I was on was these things right here. These candles. These are electronic candles, and you can buy these in the store. They're like, I don't know, $7, $10, cheap, even cheaper sometimes. But these ones are special because they're industrial ones. These are meant to last years. The last batch we had lasted over 5 years of turning on every day and extended amounts of time. And it requires a special charging dock on the back there that you can't do at home. You don't have the capabilities of charging this at home. So we use these at the restaurant as part of our green initiative instead of burning candles. And these work very well. But they're super expensive for restaurants to buy these industrial ones. And there's no battery in here. I'm sorry, there's no replaceable batteries. It's a whole rechargeable system and dock. These cost for 12 of these, they cost $200 for 12. And you have to buy 24 at a time. So you have to buy a 2-pack, and it comes with a special charging station. So $400. Well, guess what? These end up missing a lot of times. And it sucks because, you just have to say, okay, I'm throwing out money. Well, we had guests that came in a few months ago with kids, and when they left, 2 of them were missing. We're like, okay, it's a cost of doing business. That's fine, Kind of knew who they were. We knew who they were. They came in again to eat. 2 young kids, much younger kid. And again, after they left, bam, 2 more missing off the table. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they burnt me for 4 candles. It's like, oh man, this sucks. So I'm like, what do I do? So here's the dilemma I had. Do I actually reach out to these people and say, hey, I think your kid took these by mistake? Where I don't want them to feel uncomfortable where they're not going to come in and eat at the restaurant again. But again, we have it on camera. We have a surveillance system, of course, in the restaurant to protect people. It's to help with things. We even have some outside that the police use sometimes. And so we went on the camera, and we see the young one sticking it in his pocket. 2 of them saw it right daylight on camera. So I'm like, okay, now I'm faced with a dilemma. What do I do? I know who the people are. I know how to get a hold of them. I know how to go visit them personally, and I know. So I'm like, do I take a chance to go talk to the parents? And it's an honest mistake from the kids, right? The parents don't know what's going on usually in a case like this because the kids just put them in their pocket. And so like, do I take my chance and say something? So I actually went over, because if I take my chance and say something the wrong way or it goes out the wrong way, now I got to be sure 100% that the kids really took it. I can't make accusations. And so now I'm faced with, I did this years ago, and the girl denied it. She was 16, 17 years old, and we have it on camera. She took the whole system, and you can see how she saw, I think she knew we had cameras, so she did it very discreetly. So she kind of faced her back, and she did it, and all of a sudden we don't see her putting it in her pocketbook, but the whole candle holder is missing from one shot to another shot of her angle. So the only thing is, well, where did that candle go? It went somewhere. It went in your pocketbook, it went in your pocket, and they're big selenite candle holders. So we called the mother, and the boyfriend's, the son's girlfriend who did it denied it and said, I didn't do that. And of course, we didn't have it clear as day on the camera. We didn't have her sticking it in there, but we had one shot of it there and then one shot totally gone as she covered up, and you can sort of see, but the camera didn't show us her sticking it in. And she was like, I didn't take it, and denied the fact. So when you do something like this, you have to make sure that you have all your evidence. So I had my evidence just in case. I had it on my phone. The kid, clear as day, sticking it in the pocket. So I went to see the father just now. And, of course, he was embarrassed. Of course, I would be embarrassed too. But the thing was, I said, man, I don't want you guys to be embarrassed at all. And the son admitted to it. The son admitted to it right away. He's like, yeah, I have them. And here they are. So the father took me to the house and made the son apologize. I don't know, the son was second grade, first grade. Made the son apologize to me, which, kudos to the parents for doing that. To teach your kids right and wrong, because kids need to be taught that all kids are going to do things at all kinds of ages. That the parents, they need parents there to show them, hey, this is right and wrong, and hey, the owner of the business that you stole from yesterday is showing up at our door right now, and you did something wrong. So the kid apologized to me. They made him apologize to me twice. I had a conversation with the parents, and I stressed to the parents, man, please do not feel uncomfortable coming back to my restaurant. I don't want anything. I understand he's a little boy, and things happen like that. I said this happens all the time, which it really doesn't happen all the time. But I wanted to like, kind of like, you know, say, okay, this isn't abnormal for these things to go missing. But 4 of them to go missing from the same kid, I was like, oh man, I really want to be able to at least do something. So the parents said, no, we'll be back. We love your food. So yeah, so dilemma. Dilemma and an adventure. Guy took me to his house, and of course there's snow all over, and it's cold out. I'm not dressed to walk through all that snow with my feet, so my feet are freezing right now. Got the heat on in the car still here as I'm in the garage. So yeah, I got these back, got an apology, and hopefully the parents will be back in. Great family. They've been in several times. And that's it. So thanks for watching. So before I do that little closing thumbs up and this and that, did I do the right thing? Did I do the right thing by approaching the parents? Or should I have just let it go? I let the first 2 go, by the way. The first 2 I let go. I did it. This is the cost of doing business. Bam. And then, again, months later, same thing, 2 more. So was it worth the money for me to say something and potentially lose a customer? Or did I do the right thing by going to the parents, and I think the parents did the right thing by scolding the kid and making him apologize. The father could have said, oh, I'll bring them to you, right? The father could have said, I'll bring them to you tomorrow. I'll go home and get them. But he was like, no, I'm taking you to see my son right now. And he actually left work. He goes, I'm taking you to see my son right now. He's going to apologize to you. I'm so embarrassed. I'm like, hey, there's no reason to be embarrassed whatsoever. I don't want you to be embarrassed. Things like this happen. And please come back to the restaurant. That's my most important thing. Come back to the restaurant. So I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano. If you like my videos, please hit like, thumbs up, leave comments, leave questions, and I'll be happy to answer.